To see you, Paul, and good morning.
Great, Kelly. It's nice to be back.
Yeah, glad to have you back in New Hampshire, and of course doing a lot of stuff for some great companies in New Hampshire, including Hobo Railroad, and is it Winnipesaukee Scenic Railroad? Is that their full name?
It is. It's the Hobo and Winnipesaukee Scenic Railroads.
Excellent. Yeah. So this company is, I've seen some of the pictures online at hoborr.com. You guys can check it out too. Some gorgeous shots there on the website.
It's a beautiful area. The Hobo Railroad is actually based in Lincoln, New Hampshire, right at the base of the mountains over there, right at the base of Franconia Notch, and the train itself travels down along the Pemigewasset River. So it crisscrosses the river half a dozen times. It's in and out of the woods. Beautiful scenery, especially this time of year.
Of course, we're getting into foliage, and around here you might say, well, it's still really green. Along the waterways, though, it's starting to turn in higher elevations. We were just talking about the Kank. You came over. There's some pops of color.
There is. Actually, I noticed it back in August, and it's really come along quite a ways. So if you went over the Kank right now, you'd see a fair amount of color up at the higher elevations, and certainly along the waterways you'll see it too this time of year.
And then the railroad's coming in with these beautiful foliage tours along the Pemi.
We actually run this weekend, and then we start next Saturday and run daily up until the end of October.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, it sure is.
Now, Paul, you guys, it's Railroad Days, so
is.
You guys are offering some specials this weekend.
We are. All the tourist railroads in the state are celebrating this to bring awareness of all the tourist railroads, and our special deal is a couple things. One, if you were to buy a ticket today to ride the Hobo Railroad in Lincoln or the Winnipesaukee Scenic Railroad in Meredith, you can use that same ticket to ride our other railroad the next day for no charge.
That's a great deal.
It sure is. So you can enjoy an hour and 20-minute ride along the Pemigewasset River in Lincoln today, and then take that same ticket and ride a 2-hour train ride tomorrow along Lake Winnipesaukee.
Train lovers are going to just
so it's a lot. And families, we see a lot of grandfathers, grandparents, their kids, and their grandchildren all doing this together. It's a chance to unplug, relax, just hang out together, enjoy some time. And in Lincoln, you could have a Hobo picnic lunch while you're enjoying the train ride. So it's a pretty neat thing to do.
Now, what is the background of the Hobo Railroad name?
Well, it's actually kind of interesting. The Clark family, started the railroad in 1987, and they wanted it to be a place where people could come and relax. And the whole thing about a hobo is they're not on any schedule. They just kind of take life nice and easy, and that's what they kind of wanted to emulate with that name, was that hobo sense of lifestyle. Come and be a hobo for a day, relax, take life as it comes to you, and just forget about the troubles.
Well, I think that's the thing that trains, they bring you back to yesteryear when people were unplugged. I mean, the days go by so quickly now because people are attached to their devices, whatever it may be, iPad or the phones or anything like that, and it just slips away from you. So I think that's a great concept, that you can go spend some quality time with your family and ride a train. And then you guys have also added some new stuff coming in the foliage season, and this is pretty exciting. It's going to be a great thing.
We are very excited about this. It's been 9 months in the making, and we have a lot of partners to thank about it that have joined us this year. But it's called the Hobo Harvest Time Express, and it actually kicks off a week from today. Kicks off September 20th, and it will last for a month, 7 days a week, and it's really a way to celebrate the fall foliage season and the harvest season. And how do you do that with a train? So what we've done is we've got a beautiful landscaped garden over there and a play yard for the kids. And so what we're doing is transforming that entire area to a farmyard. We've got a maple sugar house that was brought in, a large maple sugar house that was brought in and turned into a farm stand.
Oh, cool.
And we've got farmyard games for everybody to enjoy, everything from sack races to pumpkin bowling to...
Are you doing three-legged races? I am.
No, we're not doing those.
I'm a
not
ringer.
Yet.
Thank goodness, because I would be over there.
We might have to do it just for you. And we're doing ring toss and horseshoes and beanbag toss, things like that. And then we've got a big relationship with the New Hampshire Made organization. So we'll have a lot of different products from the New Hampshire Made growers all around the state that we'll have available for sampling in the farm stand, as well as on the train. Our car hosts are actually going to go down through the train, and you'll be able to sample a lot of these products while you're riding in the train for free. We've got products from the Moulton Farm down in Meredith.
Great.
We've got products from the Apple Hill Orchards in Concord. We even have maple-scented lotion from Fadden's Country Store.
Really? Now, can you turn around if you love something that you tasted or sampled on the train? You can turn around and buy it right there.
Buy it in the farm stand or buy it in our
now,
gift
you
shop.
didn't bring any maple flavored lotion.
Oh, if I did, I'd be smelling it when I was in Lincoln.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the things that I love. That
it's very cool stuff, and it's all made here in New Hampshire. It's very neat. So we'll be sampling those products on the train. And then the really cool thing that we're looking forward to everybody to see is our cornstalk critters. Now
how did you come up with this concept?
Well, you just talk about it for a while, and one thing leads to another, and so cornstalk critters came around, and we've partnered with the Annalee Doll Company out of Meredith, and they're actually celebrating their 80th season in business this year in October. So we started talking about it with them, and these cornstalk critters are actually life-size dolls. And they're all going to be made by the folks in Meredith. They're all going to have Annalee doll faces, and then they're all going to be costumed in very special costumes and posed in such a way to replicate famous movie scenes from American cinema. So we've got 10 different scenes around our farmyard that you can actually go pose with and get your picture taken with. Everything from John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever, which we're calling Saturday Night Hay Fever. We've got we have Forrest Gump sitting on the bench. Instead of life is like a box of chocolates, it's life is like a patch of pumpkins.
It must have been so fun to sit down and brainstorm for those things. And the movies that you mentioned, it's gonna those are geared towards adults. And I was saying, well, this would be great, but the kids might not get it. But you guys have also covered the kids.
We have Harry Potter. We have Cinderella, we have Alice in Wonderland.
Superman you mentioned?
Superman, but that's going to be called Cider Man or Sickle Man. And we have Ciderella. And we have a little bit of everything for every age bracket.
Great.
We wanted to span 3 generations, and that's what we've attempted to do. In fact, Harry Potter, which we're calling Barry Potter, will actually be residing over in the White Mountain Visitors Center. So when people stop off the highway and go in to see information about all of the White Mountains, they'll be able to visit Barry Potter there in the lobby. So that'll be kind of cool. He's got the cape and the broom and the whole bit, the little glasses, and every single one has a Annalee doll face. So they've never done anything quite like this, nor have we. But we're very excited. It's created a lot of buzz over in that valley.
I think this is the beginning of something good.
Yeah, we'd like to think so. And the facility will be open from 10 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon.
So 10 to 3. And how is it set up? Do you buy your train ticket first and then you gain access to that? Or
well, actually, you don't even have to buy a train ticket to gain access to the park. Yeah, that's all free. The train ticket is the only thing that costs anything. And that's $16 for adults and $12 for kids 3 to 11. But if you want to come over and enjoy the park and all that's going on in our farmyard, there's no charge for that.
That's wonderful, Paul. Now, when they drive into Lincoln, how do they find the Hobo? And then we'll get to the Winnipesaukee.
Real easy to do. If you're coming from North Conway, just take the Kank. It's a beautiful thing to do this time of year. When you get into Lincoln, just head right straight towards Interstate 93, and just before you get to 93, we're on the right-hand side.
So you sort of drive through the little town as it sits right on Main Street, and then you said on the right?
We're on the right-hand side, right across the street from McDonald's. We've got a big sign right there, and you can see our train crossing right from our station right there, right off of the Kank.
Fantastic. And then heading on down to Meredith, how do they find the Winnipesaukee?
Exit 23 off of 93.
Okay.
Follow it to the end, Route 104 to Meredith. Take Route 3, maybe a quarter of a mile, and we're on the left-hand side. And we offer weekend fall foliage trips there starting now all the way through the end of October. In fact, we have a 4-hour fall foliage trip called the Fall Foliage Special. It leaves Meredith at 11 a.m., goes to Plymouth, New Hampshire, and people can disembark and enjoy a hot buffet lunch at the Common Man Inn and Restaurant.
Lovely.
Get back on the train, come back. We stop in Ashland, and they visit a restored 1800s train station, and everybody's dressed in period attire from the late 1800s with the top hats and the hoop dresses and all of that sort of thing. Then they reboard the train for the trip back to Meredith, and then we have entertainment on the train as well. We've got people playing guitars and singing
That's
songs.
great.
Last fall it was hilarious. You're going down through the hills and vales over there, enjoying the fall foliage, and people are singing Christmas songs and all kinds of neat things. All
Yeah.
3 different generations. It was a lot of fun.
That is a lot of
So
fun.
we'll be
And
doing it again this year.
more information at hoborr.com for both
to get
railroads.
everything. Yeah.
Railroad Day is going on, and then a week from now you start the Hobo Harvest Time Express.
Yeah, 7 days a week.
And that will be a lot of fun as well. So go to the website, and again, if you want to take part on that Railroad Days, though, you have to go to the stations because online purchase is not available for this 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah, you just go there, you buy your ticket, hold on to it. It's good tomorrow too.
I think that's a great deal. I think you're going to see
Great
the
for
Cicero
families.
family.
It's great for everybody.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So again, it's going to be going on 7 days a week once it starts up, the Harvest Time Express, September 20th all the way through the 19th of October. Well, Paul, did we cover everything?
For now.
I love it. We're going to have you come back on because all this is good stuff for families and great information. So
Sure
thank
is.
you very much for joining
Thank you, Kelly.
us.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, good to have you back. All right, we're going to be right back with more. We have Watch Wind, of course, and another look at the weather forecast for the Mount Washington Valley.